Welcome to the Damn Opinion Podcast. Spoiler alert. Listener discretion advised.
Oh, gosh. Please, turn off this podcast.
I haven't laughed this hard since yesterday.
Welcome to Lost Story.
What are you doing?
That is a demented Joker laugh.
Oh, my gosh. You know, we do the weirdest, stupidest things on this podcast when we're not on the air. It's like some of our best stuff is literally not on the air.
And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do the lost stories that we just happened to record for you.
Because we record everything we do, but it doesn't make it on air.
Exactly.
And they're the best part of our podcast, actually.
They usually are.
So welcome to Lost Stories.
Sit back, relax, and hopefully you enjoy it.
Welcome to Damn Opinion. I am just humble Bill Craig, but to my right is your host, Mr. Mark Montgomery.
Really? Where?
And to my left, your host, James Smith.
Not humble at all.
And I am just here to watch them work their magic at this podcast. It is really, truly amazing and an honor to be with both of you.
You really should
It
clean
sure
the
is.
garage or something.
So
Are you exuberating right now?
I don't know what that even means.
I know.
Exuberating.
I'm just making up.
I am exfoliating, though. Just so you know. Don't breathe too heavy. So, you know.
Human cells in the air.
Yeah.
Is that exfoliating or leprosy?
Yeah. Well, think about it. It's like the good part of that is exfoliating. The bad is dandruff. Which one? Why?
What?
If you're exfoliating, it's basically dead skin
You're
cells.
consciously exfoliating. The other one's just naturally flaking.
Right, exactly. Well, but it's a natural exfoliation. So isn't natural better? But yet we see it as a negative way. I'm just saying.
I'm very worried about you.
No, you're not.
No, I'm really not.
You're really
I know
not.
exactly how your brain works at all times.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about my favorite question. Maybe not. They all know what my favorite question
That's
is.
its own podcast.
That's a full-on podcast. And I'm not even going to do
That's
it.
the paid version.
Yeah, really. You're going to have to go to our Patreon for that one. That's going to be a 2-hour podcast. I think.
At least.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I think the listener will be like a minute podcast.
That would be my hope. 1 minute. That's it.
Yeah. All right, boys. So it is a wonderful wintry night. It is.
Do you just make this stuff up?
It is. Is it wintry and is it night?
Have you been reading Dickens or something?
I'm just
What
saying.
is-
All right, you guys go with it. Go with it.
Please, sir, may I have
please.
another?
Yeah. I mean, work your magic here. Show
The
me how to
sun
podcast.
was out today. It
Was
wasn't
it?
even a wintry night.
But it's a wintry night now. It's winter and it's night. I mean, gosh, guys. All right. Tell me what you're into, Mr. Mark Montgomery. I know you got something good for me.
I got
here.
something weird, man.
Oh, of course.
So cruise ships.
Okay.
Okay, you've been on a cruise ship.
I have a couple times.
James has
No,
not been on a
avoiding
cruise
it.
ship.
Nope.
You should avoid it.
That might be a good thing.
Yeah, no.
I just found out today, in fact,
Oh, no.
that cruise ships try and hide incidents that occur. Now, it's really hard to hide when someone
I
jumps
watched
overboard.
Succession. I know what goes on.
But when someone jumps overboard, you can't hide that. You're missing a person. That's pretty obvious. But when there's actual event crimes that take place,
Like rape or
rape or
anything.
something, they try and diminish that word getting out. Not only from a marketing side perspective, but they don't want to be held responsible for actions either from their employees or others that are on the ship.
Well, and they don't want bad press. You don't want to go on the Carnival Disney cruise when there's a rape.
But listen to this. Check this out. You're in international waters traveling from wherever to wherever. It doesn't matter. On a cruise ship, normally you have a myriad of different people from different countries
Right.
that actually uphold to certain laws when they're in that country. When you're on a cruise ship,
Maritime law.
you're in international waters.
Maritime law.
Right, but you're in international waters. And I understand maritime law takes precedent over your particular country you're from. But what if the maritime law doesn't want that to be known? They don't want to bring bad press. They don't want to be responsible for a civil or criminal suit. They don't want a situation where the company even gets involved. So let's say someone gets raped on a ship, and it's actually a crew member who went and fraternized when they shouldn't with a guest, raped the person, and then the next morning it's reported, and they ship that crew member off, fly them back to where they came from, and then they're like, no, we let them go. Okay, well, how are you going to prove it? It's now a he said, she said thing, or it's
She sheds have nothing to do with it.
Or it's really strange when there are ship doctors who don't actually give a physical because they don't want it on record because they'll lose their license.
It's called a corporation.
Yeah.
But
did you not watch Succession?
No, but it's crazy.
This was a full topic in Succession
because the FBI gets involved when it's an American citizen. Yet the FBI shouldn't be getting involved because it's not on American ground, property, American soil.
It's a CIA thing.
You would assume it's a CIA, but CIA is intelligence only.
Oh.
They're not actually doing the investigation. So where does it fall? Whose responsibility is it?
Gilligan.
He's lost at sea. So we don't know who takes responsibility.
Just another reason not to go on a cruise ship.
Isn't that weird?
It's weird, and I do know, I've had friends who have gone, and I mean, a lot of these cruise ships hire people who are young men just looking to have a good old time on these cruise ships. So they do their job, and then when they're off duty, they're looking for girls.
Yep.
Right.
But it should be the one rule when you're on the cruise ship. You're representing the company. There is no fraternizing with any guests, period.
Good rule, Mark. And you shouldn't jaywalk either.
Yeah, exactly.
Try to keep these men and their hormones together.
You can serve liquor to those girls all day long, but don't touch them once you're off the job.
Right. Exactly.
Well, go back to your room and watch Netflix.
I have some stories, but they probably aren't appropriate for the podcast.
Do you realize when they have the ship launch from whatever dock it's from in the world, that ship is part of that country? They register that ship as part of that country when they launch it. So if you have a Danish ship that, sails 4,300 people around the world, it's Danish property. Even though you could have a Venezuelan captain, and everybody else is guests from all over the world. It's strange. Nobody's taking the ownership of that particular component when it comes to the guests and their responsibility.
I'm sure the cruise ships love that.
All I know is that I would definitely not recommend you being a young girl and going alone. Right?
On a cruise?
On a cruise. And
what
even
if it's the young girls cruise ship?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you had a gang of girls and you have that, but it's, you're taking a bigger risk, I think.
It's
personally.
just a floating hotel. It does not, a cruise does not interest me at all.
Yeah. I was going to say they're fun, but they're okay.
Yeah.
They're all right.
It seems like it should be like an embassy. If that property is from that particular country and it's owned by that country, I don't care where the business is housed from, then it's that country's responsibility to actually be the embassy of that piece of property floating on international waters during that time.
That's not good for business, Mr. Montgomery.
I'm just saying, it doesn't protect any guest anywhere.
Well, it shouldn't. It's a business. They're all about themselves.
They will do everything to protect the company and make money. That's what they're there to do, is make money off you. Right?
Yeah, but if the same thing happens to you in a Hilton hotel in Tampa Bay, Florida, you're going to be like, Tampa Bay police, I need your help. And you're going to get help.
Right.
You don't get it on a cruise ship.
I guess they've got to have police on there.
Okay.
Right?
They have security.
It might not at the Four Seasons. The Four Seasons, they may escort you off the property and say, don't come back here again.
They have security on a ship, but it's not a separate entity. It's part of the actual
corporation.
Business, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you are taking your life in your own hands, not only from a natural disaster perspective on a ship, because if something happens, sorry, we sunk and so did you. But you literally, anything happens to you, it's not their fault.
Once again, thanks for promoting me to fly.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's not what I'm into. I'm just fascinated that most people don't know that. And there's millions of people that go on cruises every year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because they want the food, the drinks, and where they're going, and they just want to have fun.
Not me.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
For me, I definitely have, a little bit of claustrophobia. And so just being on there and then the other thing is that the Wi-Fi isn't necessarily the greatest. So, I want to
Plus,
get
there's a lot of
cruise,
alcohol
man.
involved, which really isn't your
right.
bag
And
either.
it's not my thing, right?
You're on
So-
a cruise. Why are you so concerned about the
Well, think about
Wi-Fi?
it though. If you are on a cruise and
Yeah.
you're on the whole of the ship and you want to just look out into the ocean and enjoy yourself and maybe just open up your phone and see what the news is all about, you can't do it. And
Why don't you just put the world aside and enjoy your cruise?
well, what do you do when you go?
You go swimming, you do skeet shooting, you hit golf balls into the ocean so you can, kill dolphins.
Do you not know your brother here?
Yeah.
I mean,
Look,
dude,
I am at the point now
look
where
forward to disembarking and
Bill could be standing at the beach in Hawaii with a beautiful sunset with 6 naked girls, and they'd be like, "Isn't it beautiful?" And he's like, "Look, the Raiders just hired a head coach."
Oh, yeah.
He'd have an alert on his phone.
yeah. Oh, I'm at the point now where I'm like, do I even want to go to the movies? Because I'm not going to be able to look at my phone
You won't
while
take
I'm watching
3
the
hours
movie.
of your life and set it
It's
aside.
just-
I was
just
telling
depends
my
on the
wife
movie.
the other night that you do not have a case on your phone, and she's like, "How in the world
Oh, no,
does he
he's-
not have a? How do you not drop it? I'm like,
He's
you know the death
unprotected.
grip
Yeah.
that he has on that phone at all times.
It's really,
it has become an extension of
Yeah.
your arm,
Dude, your
Yeah.
phone looks so small
Oh, without the
without any kind of
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
But how have you not
Exactly.
scratched it, dropped it? It just that thing just does not.
Oh
leave
no, it's like his
your
baby.
hands.
So the theory really is, and I have dropped phones in the past, and they've had cases and stuff. But what I realize is it's always when I'm getting out of my car, if I don't have it, like if I don't realize where it is or whatever, right? So now I have just gotten into the habit of before I get out of my car, I'm just like, where is my phone? Is it secure? Is it in my hand pocket? Wherever?
You just
Okay,
stick
it's
it in
there.
your underwear when you get
And
out.
then I'll get out of the truck. But that's where, or if you're carrying a whole bunch of stuff. So I just make sure I go, okay, just put it in my pocket, and now I'll pick up all this stuff, right?
What if somebody else bumps the phone from your hand by accident?
Well, I have insurance on it. So, I mean, if it cracked or something, I'd go down, it's $25 or
But the
$30.
fact that it doesn't is the thing. You have a death grip on that thing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Actually, what happens is I have the bad, because I don't like bothering people. So I'd like to put it flat down on the table.
On the face?
So, yeah, on the face. So it'll scratch a little bit sometimes. And so, but it doesn't usually bother me. So, a little bit. So anyway, going back to the cruise, they're great, but the Wi-Fi is not that great. You are on a death trap, and you're kind of closed
and no
off.
one takes responsibility.
Yeah, and you have to share a hot tub with a whole bunch of people. It's a little creepy.
And there's no Isaac the bartender.
No, there really isn't.
The only thing they make you happy with is if you get a massage, my food is cold, or I need a better excursion. Those things they'll help you with.
It is all you can eat. And I'll tell you what, it's great when you love shrimp cocktails. Those are expensive. So I order a lot of shrimp cocktail. I'll be like, bring me more shrimp cocktails. I'll start with 3. And then if I
think
want more, I'll let
shrimp
you know.
on a cruise is the last thing that I'm gonna.
Oh, no, it's totally fine.
Guys,
Oh, it's totally fine.
they
is.
they forklift all that food in before you go on a cruise, and they have to bring extra just in case they get stuck at sea.
Yeah.
So you're feeding 3,500 passengers and then however many crew with all that food on a 5-day trip, and they need to put like 2 or 3 extra days just in case.
Yeah, think about it. The shrimp right by the ocean, it's fresh. It's
So
not like you're getting it from Iowa or something.
I bet it's stamped Iowa.
Yeah.
Iowa
Oh,
shrimp.
God. Yeah, there's nothing like Iowa shrimp. Oh, gosh.
No.
So I got to say that, you know how we all joke about you look up a waffle maker and then all of a sudden you get a million ads for a waffle maker.
Talk about something.
What's that?
You just talk about it.
Yeah, and it shows up.
Yeah. And I looked up a desk, like a computer desk. I've never had such a reaction. I mean, in Facebook.
Really?
It was all Facebook. And I'm not, okay, if I'm just not exaggerating, 10 ads for either desks or accessories for desks. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. It's never worked so well before.
Wait. When it overheard you mentioning,
I didn't talk, no, but I got on my, cause you know how everything's connected. So I
Yeah.
have my phone, and so I was on my laptop and I just Google searched, a desk, Next thing I know, boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
I've never gotten hit like this before.
That's what I tell my wife when like a bunch of like porn pops up. I'm like, all I said was Charlize Theron was really hot.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
I get it all the time especially because your Google accounts are all tied together.
Yeah.
So I'm on my work laptop. And I'm looking up
Is that how that goes?
I'm looking up all kind of weird shit at work, right?
Yeah.
And then like you, I get on my personal phone and everything I just looked up is all on my phone.
And for you,
like,
it's
what
work.
the-
So you're like, I don't need pencil sharpeners.
Yeah, I don't need...
So you log into your Google account when you're searching? I don't. I never do because I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I am. I'm logged into Google.
Oh, see, I don't log in.
I do because I have too many passwords.
Especially for work, I do the same. All my passwords for all my sites that I'm on, I don't want to remember every one of them.
Okay. Interesting.
Do you guys have a password? You know how like there are like lock safe password with all these strong passwords. So you use the same password for everything.
No, I have a few, but
Okay.
yeah.
So, but
I have levels of DEF CON. So like I have the cheesy one. I mean, it's still, I think it's still a good one, but I'll use on sites that maybe I don't care about.
right.
And if you hack me, whatever, and I have like a Yahoo account that I never use,
Yep.
that's what it goes to. And then it goes up from there. And the big ones get the really hard password.
And but when you do the really hard password, do you do the password yourself, or do
Yes.
you use a encryption
No, I
type
don't
thing?
use
Okay.
encryption.
All right. So what about you,
Freckles
Mark?
uses one, I'm sure.
What do you?
Oh,
what
I
do
just
you
have a
use?
really advanced one.
But is it a?
I have uppercase. No, I created
Okay.
uppercase, lowercase numbers, and,
I do
and
the same.
characters.
Yeah, I do the same.
Well, the problem is that if you use the same password for everything.
I can't tell you this.
Because my point is,
The
is
answer
that
is yes, he
If
does.
Yahoo gets hacked, let's say, and you have that really elaborate password, well, guess what? Now they know all of them.
We're all getting
Right.
hacked. I just read today that Bank of America got hacked like a year ago and they haven't told anybody. And they got like 54 million people's stuff, everything. It's like, do you want to send me an email? And
They may
tell me
not
that
even
you got
know.
hacked?
They may not even know, James.
They know. It's Bank of America. And I read the article said they know. And they haven't even told me, hey, by the way, we got hacked. They're like, whatever.
I have my home loan with Loan Depot, and they just got hacked. It's like, thank you.
Everybody's
Thank you
going to
so
get
much.
hacked.
Yeah.
The good thing is I'm James Smith. Good luck.
Yeah, that's true. That is one good thing about you. You know.
Hack away.
Yeah, it's like I want to subscribe to one of those password services, but I'm just a little bit nervous that
What if
I
they
won't
get
get it
hacked?
back. Well, they're like triple encrypted and blah blah blah.
So is B of A.
You know, yeah, that's true too.
You don't think
right?
they have a full staff of IT people working on there that are super smart?
Guaranteed.
Somebody still hacked them. You want to get hacked, you're going to get hacked. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Wait till the Russians hack our grid and take down the electric.
Oh, or just take down our internet. I mean, really?
Yeah, you want to say so panic throughout America, take down the internet.
Yeah, I would be signing up myself. Putin took my internet. Oh my gosh.
Sign me up. Give me a gun. I want my internet back.
Oh yeah. Listen to this, guys. Listen.
You need to fix those teeth.
That was my lady Coke, but it's a lady squirt, and I don't know if I should have said that, but it's the tiny Cokes we call lady Cokes.
Is your phone listening?
And it's really
I've never heard that phrase. A lady Coke.
That's what my girlfriend calls it. That's what Alicia calls it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm on a first name basis with her. She calls them lady Cokes. I don't know why.
Why don't you just call her your old lady?
Yeah.
My old lady.
old lady. Oh yeah. Oh, she's calling them lady Cokes. I would just call them mini Cokes.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Baby.
There we go.
Baby Coke.
yeah.
But it's baby squirt.
Baby
Yeah,
squirt.
but do you guys like squirt?
It's a mini squirt.
Yeah, it's good. It reminds me of like, remember Fresca?
yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. What is so Fresca's citrus
Fresca's citrus, but it's also sugar free. Well, to a certain extent.
and squirt is grapefruit,
And it's not sugar free.
and it's not. I'm sure they have some sugar-free squirt.
You think so?
I'm sure.
Poppy. It was all over the Super Bowl. They were
Oh,
running
that's
ads.
because they're like, why are there still so many sodas? Drink
Yeah.
Poppy. It's better for you.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like the new soda was their tagline or
She
something like that
invented
during
it
the
and then
Super Bowl.
pitched it to Shark Tank.
Oh, is that right?
And then
Of course you know all about it.
And I don't think they bought it, and so now she's huge.
Because it was just Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So it's just POPPY?
No. POPPI.
Oh, POPPI soda. Okay. Oh, how cute.
The real soda.
It looks cute and bubbly, guys. And
Lots of flavors.
Sparkling prebiotic soda for gut health.
Prebiotic? What is a prebiotic?
Prebiotic.
I would like to take a prebiotic.
Okay, so this isn't, does it have sugar?
Mount Shasta education really coming in handy tonight.
my gosh.
It has 5 grams of sugar and 25 calories. So
And will stop your kidneys in about a year that they don't know.
I'm sure because it's,
Wow. Allegedly.
yeah. There we go.
Here we go now.
Got an idea for a topic? Who knows? We may reach out and use your suggestion on air. Let us know and visit damnopinion.com. I just want to be clear. You're going to show me a picture of Rasputin's penis.
I am.
Why?
Allegedly.
Why is this desire for me to see that, first of all?
The legend of Rasputin's penis has grown far beyond the jar it is pickled in. After being separated from his body, it was venerated as a fertility talisman, cured impotence, and used in secret rituals. But is this pickled dick really the mystical manhood of Russia's mad monk? Well,
No.
yes, it is.
No.
Legend says Prince Felix Yusupov cut off Rasputin's penis and tossed it away.
Why?
The severed penis, because he was known to have a giant wanker.
But why would he cut it off and toss it away? Did his wife or queen or consort actually desire Rasputin?
Do you know the Russians? He fed it to his dogs.
Maybe.
Because Rasputin was hated by all men.
He
And
didn't
loved
just
by all women.
willy-nilly, get it, throw it away.
Well, one woman claimed to find it so intense and pleasurable that she fainted.
Okay, that would be...
That's-
Wait, you're talking about the dead, wrinkly, mummified, dill-pickled penis.
Yeah.
You're not talking about when Rasputin still had it attached.
When he had it attached, yes.
Okay, well, that's different.
Yeah. This is...
What year was this?
Dude, it was back in like the
I know.
early 1800s.
I'd like to know what year.
1978.
No, it was not in competition with John Travolta.
1916 is when he was murdered. December 30th, 1916. You would think it would be much later, right?
Yes.
So
What, Rasputin? No, I thought it was like late 1800s, but okay.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like 1800s, but it's really, well, he was killed in 1916. So yeah. 12-inch pickled phallus is on display in the Museum of Erotica in St.
How?
Petersburg.
Okay, there's no way. That means there's no way. It was, you're telling me limp, pickled, dead, wrinkled, mummified
It's not that wrinkled. It's still erect. I'm telling you.
How? It's blood.
Exactly. So it is in a jar, and it is what it is. But it's pickled.
I think someone stretched it. I think someone stretched it and stuck it in the jar.
Maybe.
Because
There's somebody else's penis.
Because at rest, honestly, 12 inches and then he gets excited and it becomes 16 or more. No woman's gonna love that.
They cut it off, throw it away, and somebody just picks it up. I don't think so.
What do you think happened to John Bobbitt? Somebody had to pick up his penis, and
He picked up his own penis.
Did he?
Yes.
No, I thought that she threw it over a fence and somebody found it. Let's Google this one.
The fact that I can't even say it. The fact that you know so much about cut off penises is very disconcerting, Bill.
So what's killing me about that story is somebody's just taking a hike in their backyard and all of a sudden, what is this? Oh, it looks like a penis.
It turns out that the penis from John Bobbitt ended up in a field across from the 7-Eleven, of course, and the cops were able to find it.
Okay,
So
well, they're
they were
looking
on a
for it.
penis hunt. And it was like, I found the penis. They took it to the convenience store and put it on ice. Then they transported it to the hospital.
You talking about the crushed ice you get with the
Probably,
the
yeah.
gulps?
They
were
went in and got a Slurpee. They just put it on the
stuck it
Slurpee.
in.
Can you imagine that cop? He was a
Blue
brilliant
raspberry or
cop.
cherry.
Yeah.
Blue raspberry.
And he
which
got
one?
the crushed ice because it was
Yeah, of
crunchy.
course.
Crunchy ice. We got to get crunchy ice.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, that could really be a topic. The history of severed penises. We've got
All
Rasputin.
2 of them.
Rasputin, Bobbit. Wasn't there one who actually cut off the penis, threw it down the garbage disposal, and turned it on?
Oh,
And that one is done.
This little niche knowledge that you know is very disconcerting.
Like, okay, so would you date Lorena Bobbitt?
no.
No? Okay.
You know, serial killer women. Would you date any of those? Or just crazy women? No.
So they had a bad night. What? I mean, here we go. A brief history of men getting their dicks chopped off and how you can avoid it.
Keep it in your pants?
Some dude had his dick, and this is in China, had his dick chopped off twice in one night by his furious wife.
Wait, what? No, what?
First, after his wife discovered an explicit email fan had sent to his lover from her phone, he was depenised with a pair of scissors while he slept. While he was lying in the hospital recovering from having his dick sewn back on, his wife crept into his room, chopped off his penis again, and threw it out the window. It's all a bit Oscar Wilde. To have your penis chopped off once might be regarded as misfortune, but to lose it twice, it looks like carelessness.
Hey, those are some sharp scissors.
Yeah, oh, no kidding.
Because I can't get a package of bacon open with the scissors I have in the kitchen. So I'm not sure how you're chopping a damn penis off with scissors in one.
Yeah. It's like, chop me once, shame on you. Chop me twice, shame on me.
I'm calling bullshit. A knife or a cleaver I can see.
Oh my God, that's horrible. So
Chopping a penis off with scissors.
yeah, that's pretty horrible. And we know about John Bobbitt. John Wayne
Loping
Bobbitt.
shears, maybe? I could see, but
Let's see here. In ancient China, along with castration, one of the main criminal punishments was handed out to men of de-donging a person in Japan and in China. Documented cases of people taking the law into their own hands go far as back as the 1800s. A man in Lubia, China, had his dick chopped off with a shaving knife by his daughter-in-law after he tried to have sex with her, but really started to get going in the 1970s. Between 73 and 80, there were 100 cases of Thai women chopping their husbands' penises off, mainly for their adultery, but often following prolonged domestic abuse. That sounds like I might want to stay away from those Asian countries. Or just be true.
yeah. No adultery or abuse, and you might be okay.
Yeah. More recently, there's been various cases of penis loss. In 2013, a Floridian escort used her teeth to attempt to chop off a John's penis, but instead just demolished his balls.
What?
Ouch.
Welcome to Florida, folks.
In 2012, Peruvian Julia Munoz Halman chopped off her sleeping boyfriend's penis and flushed it down the toilet. I think I heard about this one. And closer to home last year, a bewildered Middlesbrough man was found wandering along A66 at 4:30 a.m. in a distressed state looking for his penis, and now fan lung with his double dip dick attack.
Detachable penis.
Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe just don't cheat and you won't have your penis.
Or abuse your lady. It's probably not a good idea.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. Wow. That would be horrible.
Did you guys hear about China and their free fall of their stock market?
No.
It's like free fall and it's going down big time, which is just another flashpoint for going to war. Not good.
Well, that's actually, if you think about this, I will tell you something. I think that is a good thing not to go to war. Here's why I say that. Because China and a few other countries, Russia, Iran, those countries, they want to get off the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are trying to get the world to go to the yuan, everybody's going to look over there and go, maybe not. Maybe we won't be doing that. Because I've always said the one time we go to World War III is when they successfully start getting everybody off the dollar and the U.S. is going to go, we're not going to do this. we're going to start bombing you. That'll happen. I guarantee it. Watch it. Watch it happen. It will be bad.
We need to start bombing them because you heard about the other thing China's doing, right?
Hot air balloons? No.
They actually
Sex dolls?
They just
Helping the disabled?
the COVID strain, and they changed it to actually attack the brain.
Gee, because we probably never did that.
Wait a minute.
It has.
How do you know that they have changed it?
It has 100% mortality rate in all the mice they've tested.
Well, welcome to our new world.
Captain Trips.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have lots of that stuff underground in a bunker. You think we don't? Of course we do.
Yeah, but I mean, China is not. See, here's the difference. We have it underground in a bunker, and it's still there. China, we created something to destroy humanity. Oh, look, one thing actually let it go. You stupid idiot, you're fired. It's how it spreads.
Yeah.
China is just bad at their scientific research.
Wait, who screwed that up?
Wing Chun.
Okay.
I
thought
think
you said Wong Ting.
It's not the proper nomenclature.
Yeah.
I think they're doing it on purpose because there's 6 billion people over there, whatever. They got to get rid of some of them. They're like, release a little bit of that. We need
but you can't control
We need to
it.
thin the population a little bit.
Who is saying that they've done this?
He doesn't know. It was on People.
People magazine.
It's like Kevin Bacon and you and China.
People magazine?
It was on clickbait.com. That's what he saw.
No, when's the last time you actually read a People magazine?
My wife gets People magazine every Wednesday delivered in the mail, bitch.
With a gold foil wrapper.
My wife gets upset by Thursday if it's not in the mail. She's like, the mailman is reading my People. Yeah, that's what he's doing, dude.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
So brain, while you're looking for it, brain eating COVID.
Just goes right to your brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chinese scientists create a mutant coronavirus strain that attacks the brain and has a 100% kill rate in all the mice they've tested. And they admit, sure, there's always a risk that it could transfer to humans. Of course, there's a risk.
What site are you getting this off of?
Smoking
This
gun.
one's actually from
The Dredge Report.
No, the Daily Mail from England.
Oh my God, the Daily Mail's like the Inquirer. What are you talking about?
How does James know?
How do you know England's?
How do you
Inquirer?
know all the your wife must really have changed you because now you know the TMZ, the National Enquirer, the Daily Mail.
Well, you got to try and know what source you're getting your shit from. I mean, yes, a lot of them are all owned by corporations, but the Daily Mail, you might as well.
Isn't that like People magazine?
Yeah, you might as well. I was just going to say, be reading People.
Okay.
The Daily Mail is.
I'm not saying people's lying.
Don't try and trust the Daily Mail.
I don't know, man. I mean, why would they lie about this? Kind of weird.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would not like it. I can tell you
No,
that.
you die.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of ways we're going to die. In the next 10 to 20 years, I read this morning that the sun's in its full active solar phase. So,
well, they do predict that half of the 25,000 cities are going to become ghost towns by the year 2100.
Half of the what?
I can't believe predictions because they said we'd be driving flying cars by now. Okay, so they don't know.
Half of the U.S., 25,000 cities.
25,000 cities.
Half of the U.S.'s 25,000 cities are predicted to become ghost towns by 2100.
They're not going to. People still live in goddamn Fernley and Fallon in the middle of Nevada, and if that isn't a ghost town, I don't know what is.
That is a ghost town.
People
it doesn't
still
mean
be living
unpopulated.
there.
It's just ghost town. It's not really a city anymore. A ghost town could be populated. It's just not really functional as a city.
I guess, but what is the reason for that? Everybody's going to navigate towards the cities for some reason?
I don't know.
Global warming.
Could be no, it's climate change. You can't say global warming.
Whatever.
Maybe it is all of the cities that are in the New Orleans, Florida area, the sea levels are going to rise.
There wouldn't be ghost towns anymore. They'd be sunken
ghost towns. It'd still be a ghost town. Just nobody'd be in it.
Then they'll move to Iowa.
That's right.
You know what changed my day today? If whales could start suddenly talking English.
Really, would it though?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
it would be like.
But it would profoundly change. Whales or animals? Tomorrow, animals understand what you're saying.
That would be cool.
You can totally talk to your dog.
Oh,
and he's like, hey, that fucking food you're feeding me is terrible.
Talking to
that would
animals.
profoundly change my life.
If animals started talking to you
tomorrow.
What if you were the only one to hear them?
Think about it. You go out in the backyard, the squirrels are running, they're like, piss off, asshole! And they're running along the line.
What if you're the only one to hear them?
That'd be disconcerting.
Then you're insane.
But you
that wouldn't last.
But you're not crazy.
You would get committed. You would have to keep that under wraps. You couldn't tell people.
Right, but man, you would.
Because I could go to your house and be like, your dogs think you're an asshole.
I don't know if I'd say that. I'd be like, I don't think your dog.
If the dogs
is
are like,
happy.
please tell him he's an asshole.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That would just be so strange.
I mean, it would be great to be a vet in those things because then they could tell you, hey, it's my leg, my back leg, not my front leg that hurts, right? You could.
Can you imagine coming across a hornet's nest though? Get away, get away, get away, get away, get him.
That's pretty good, actually.
Well, what if you found out you were like Men in Black? You literally, not by surrounded by aliens, but you're just basically living on a speck of dust on someone's fingernail.
Still doesn't change my day to day.
No.
Right?
Really?
I mean, that's how I feel kind of right now. It's like, who knows what we really are in this quantum world that we live in, right?
We're on a ball of lava hurtling around in the universe right now. None of that is going to change.
And then even then, let's say that Jesus comes to your bedroom and says, hey, I need you to spread the word. Is that going to change you?
If Jesus shows up, maybe.
Right. So that might change your spiritual world.
I think that might. Again, I'm Missouri. I'm the show me state. If he shows up and says, yeah.
How do you know that's not a ghost, your imagination? How do you know?
Right. You could have had a hallucination. Maybe.
How would you prove if Jesus showed up at the bottom of your bed and said, I am the Lord your God?
What if he talked to you?
What would you expect to prove that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to have a test.
Right. But then it's like, okay, Jesus, what was the first concert I went to?
No.
You know the answer.
Yeah. Jesus, what's the deal with you and Mary? I want to know.
That's supposed to be his mother. God. That's his mother. What are you talking about my mom for? That's what Jesus would say.
No, Mary Magdalene.
Oh, Mary Magdalene.
Not his mother.
Maybe he's just like, we're just friends.
Yeah. We are friends with benefits. Were you really a carpenter?
Right.
What? How come there's no record of you in the Bible from born to like 30? Where were you in those lost years? What happened to you?
Exactly.
Were you going to concerts? What were you drinking lots of honey mead? What was going on?
There's a streaming Netflix special coming on this. The Lost Years.
Jesus, puberty.
But what I'm saying is there's such a cognitive bias, right? It's like whether you're religious now or you're non-religious, Jesus could come into my bedroom and I would think it was a hallucination. I was going crazy and I didn't need to go see a doctor.
What if, like the movie from the 70s, Oh God, he kept coming back to John Denver?
What if he would show up like...
And for you, what if he was Al Davis? And he just kept showing up. I'm really God, Bill, but I have to have somebody that you identify with.
I think that Morgan Freeman is more God.
You're not going to get Morgan Freeman. You're going to get Al Davis.
Okay. I'm with you.
You're in the shower. Yeah. He's in the bathroom. You're driving. He's sitting next to you. He just keeps appearing.
I hope it's
Would you think you're going
Al
crazy, or would you think it's God?
And let's say he predicts a bunch of stuff for you. Like, hey, by the way, I'm just going to let you know in about 5 seconds this is going to happen.
Okay, then I would be a total believer. I would either say, well, I'm insane or this is going on. So I would just go with it.
If you're insane, you couldn't predict what was going to happen 5 seconds from now.
Right.
You would think you're insane when you're trying to explain it to everybody else that Al Davis is talking to me and he's Jesus.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I wouldn't believe him for 1 second.
Can you imagine if it was like, you had Al Davis? Dude, I got George Michael. What happened there?
He would be totally serious. Guys, Al Davis is God. He told me what to do.
Like, we know you think that, Bill.
Yeah. I feel like there's a bunch of people turning off this podcast right
now. Just thinking about this, I think I might be doing a Lost episode. Tune in for our next podcast, when you'll hear the big, the bold, and the bald give their opinions on everything entertainment. Damnopinion.com